How many colors are there? 11, if you speak English, and I'll run through them right now. It's black, white, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, brown, pink, and periwinkle. Just kidding, it's gray. But I mean, there's gotta be more colors than that, right? Tan, beige, clear. To clarify, I'm talking about basic color terms in like a linguistic sense, because all 11 of those words meet 3 very specific criteria. They're one lexical unit, which is to say green instead of seafoam green. They're all very common, and they're all agreed upon by English speakers. What does that mean? If I were to tell you that this color was light blue, yeah, that's fair, right? Because it's actually pale cornflower blue, but what is this, HGTV? We don't have time for all that. Now what if I said this was dark orange? Yeah, weird, right? Now the fact that it was weird that I called it dark orange instead of brown suggests that brown is probably a basic color term. Now the interesting part is that this is not at all an objective distinction, because every language handles this a little bit differently. In this book, Brent Berlin and Paul Kay suggested that there's a color term hierarchy. In other words, some colors are even more basic than others. Now let's break down exactly what this means. Pretty much every language on Earth will have a word for black and white, or dark and light, etc. And in fact, in some languages, those are the only 2 basic color terms that exist. For example, in the Tani language of Western New Guinea, there's a word for like blue, green, and black, and red, yellow, and white. The next most common color to have a dedicated basic word for is red. After that, it's either yellow or green, then blue, then brown, then the fancy schmancy ones. Now some languages get even more into it than English does. For example, Russian has a separate word for light blue and dark blue, just like Hungarian has a separate word for red and dark red, and Irish has a separate word for leafy green and like artificial green. In all of those languages, the distinction is as rigid as the one between orange and brown in English. Now tell me, what color do you think this is? I've been trying to figure it out for like the past half hour.